why this is so funny, me just sitting down and recording a video. Like, hello? Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I think it's more like nerve-wracking because this is like a real sit-down, professional, chit-chatty type of video. I have a book haul with all these lovely books next to me. I'm so freaking excited to show you guys what I bought. I have not bought new books, I want to say, since probably like 2022. Yeah, so I've been overdue, and I kind of did overdo it. Half the books, I have no idea what they are about, to be honest. But if I bought them, that basically means that I knew enough information to let me go and get it. Seen enough people talk about it, whether it be good or bad. I'm pretty sure there is somebody out there that has read all of these books. These are all talked about. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of these books. I'm gonna start off with my Target haul. I bought this. I have the receipt here. November 29th. So again, we just bought these books. Okay, anyway, first book that I bought from Target is Phantasma. They blocked off the girl's name, by Kaylee Smith. I'm sorry, and again, I'm gonna probably butcher some names. I got Phantasma. I basically heard that this is like a fantasy that kind of is like the Caraval series, which I have not read yet. And they basically go through like some trials, and it's a fun time. That's all I need to know. We are not gonna sit here and try to act like I know what this book is really about, because we just bought it and I'm excited to read it. The next book that I got is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I love this cover. I did get it in hardback, so I'm assuming I'm gonna have to get the whole series in hardback. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. Cannot tell you the great things that I've heard, because who remembers what we heard. But we did hear enough to purchase, so yeah, I'm excited to read it. Let's see what the physical book looks like. Okay, we got a cutesy little sword. The next book that I purchased was A Little Life. We are not gonna try to act like I know how to pronounce the last name, but this is from Hanya? Yeah, we bought A Little Life. This is a chunky book, but I hear great things about this book. It has probably the longest trigger warning list that I've ever heard about, but we love that. We love reading. Okay, no. This book just sounds really interesting to me. I want to know what happens with this group of friends. So this is about just a group of friends, and we hear about their life. The main character goes through a lot in his life. A lot of people have cried to this book. A lot of people have took some lessons from this book. A lot of people said that this book they would never want to recommend because it was just that crazy of a book. But I would like to know that. I want to experience it firsthand. If you guys do not know, I am a mental health social worker that is transitioning into becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner. So I am currently in nursing school, and I like to hear about like taboo topics that usually a lot of people do not like to talk about. So like dysfunctional families, unaliving, ideations. You get my drift. I just don't want to repeat it because we're on YouTube. 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston is the next book that I have. I heard this is a fun, cutesy book. I have no idea what it is about, but I'm so excited to read this book. Maybe I should have read it over the summer. It's giving me like summer vibes from the cover. I bought this book for a palette cleanser between the kind of darkish books that I have, or like the heavier books that I have. I hear a lot of people really like this. I don't know if it's a sad book, but I think I remember people saying that they were laughing a lot with this book. Do not quote your girl. Don't quote me. Next book I have is The Happy Place by Emily Henry. I love this cover. It is the cutest, brightest pink I've ever seen on a cover, and I cannot wait. I just wish the spine was the same color. Have no idea what Happy Place is about, cannot tell you, but I know that this is a lot of people's favorite Emily Henry book, and this is the one that I have. I do have another one by her too, The People That We Meet on Vacation. I know a lot of people do not like that book. And I have The Butcher and the Blackbird by Brienne Weaver. I hope you guys are not judging. I hope you guys are not judging again how I say these names. Okay, a lot of people compared this book to like the Mindfuck series, which I'm in the middle of. I'm on book 4 right now, and I've absolutely been loving that book, so I cannot wait to start this one. I did not hear the best things about the second book, but sometimes they kind of throw that in there as a filler, and then we get the ball rolling with the third book that is coming out in 2025. So I cannot wait to read this. We like a little mystery, we like a little murder in books, of course. Then this is totally different. I don't even know why I picked this up. I truly do, actually. I picked this up because a lot of people have been loving it. A lot of people have been talking about it. This book is it. I kind of wanted to jump on that bandwagon. It's kind of weird for me to jump on bandwagons of like favorite books, because typically in like real life, I don't care for the most hyped and talked about things. So I'm typically late with a lot of things, like a lot. The newest sneaker, the newest music, the newest outfit trends, the newest boots. Like, I'm late with everything because a lot of the hyped up stuff does not tickle my fancy. So when I hear about books and everybody hyping about it, I'm just like, oh, I don't really care. But now that I'm kind of late on the game, because these books have been out and like their second book is coming out and stuff like that, it's like, okay, your girl is jumping on a bandwagon now. Like, I don't know, I never really get hyped at that time when things are hyped. So I need to get better with that though, because I'm missing out on a lot. Like, if you guys look at my backlist of books and like what I have on here, like I have the freaking White Queen by, what's her name? Philippa Gregory. This book was so hyped up back in like 2013-ish era. I've been late to the game, and I don't really mind, because you know it's not a race, but I need to be in some discussions. And how can I be in a discussion when we're like 4 years late? 10 years, you know? Okay, I digress. So we have Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Hear a lot of things about this lovely lady right here. I do love this cover. I know that the second book is out, and I know that the third book is coming out as well. Don't know what this is about. I believe it's a part of her Rose Hill series. Ooh. Yeah, I believe she writes about like country, the country, single dads. Something is clicking in my head. It's single dads, the country, cowboys. Okay, something like that along those lines. Have no idea what this is about. I know a lot of people love it, but your girl got it. I got another book by Elsie Silver, which is Flawless. I'm not sure how this, and I think this is the Chestnut Springs series, and I know a lot of people love this series. And then we have this one, the Rose Hill series, but I don't know if these two are connected. Like, am I supposed to read Flawless first and then Wild Love, or this first and then this? Please let me know, because I want to start whichever one I'm supposed to start with, and then I'll get into the other books in the series. The last book that I did get from Target, If He Had Been With Me. Now, I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews on this one. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't know, but we are gonna figure it out, because I have a suspicion about what this book is about. The title caught me. I'll read this little top part at the top. It says, if he had been with me, everything would have been different. So that was it for my Target haul. Now, when you guys continue to watch the rest of the books that I bought, even with these books, a lot of the books I bought were the first book in a series. Now, I did that purposefully because, again, a lot of the times I buy all these books and I buy the series and everything, and I don't ever get to it, or they just don't tickle my fancy anymore, and then I've spent all this money. I am trying to conserve the money that I don't have. But me buying books is not really in the budget. So when I do buy the books, I can't commit to the full series. So my idea was to buy the first book in every series that I kind of like wanted to start, or even the first and the second book in a series that I know that I will definitely get to. And then if I really want the next book, I will make that trip to the store. We are going to Target. We are going on Amazon. We are going to Barnes and Nobles. We're gonna get that second book. So I plan on getting the second book whenever that time does come. Until then, we are going to utilize our baby. I figured There is every book that I would ever want on my Kindle. I connected my library card to my Kindle, and I also have access to Kindle Unlimited, and I can just also buy the Kindle edition to any book that I want. So if I ever was in the need to buy the second book to any series after, I can just go straight to my Kindle. So I'm not like missing out on anything. Let's move on to the Amazon books that I purchased. Now this is a high stack. We have to hurry up and get the ball rolling because this pile is tipping over. The first book that I got from Amazon was Priest by Ciara Simone. I have no idea what this book is about. The top, I'll read this little blurb. It says, he's a priest and here is his confession. Ooh, what you gotta talk about? I did hear that there is some spice in this book, so we know. Well, you guys don't know, but I do like books that have a little spice in it, you know? As long as it's not like cringy. Sometimes it does get cringy and I'm just like, oh, like a book with spice. For adults. Well, I'm an adult. If you're not an adult, watch the spice. The next book I really am so excited for, and I cannot wait to get into it. I just don't like how the book is shaped, but this is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Big book, but so beautiful. I feel like I am going to love this book. Have no idea what it's about. I believe it's about fantasy stuff. Okay, so it says it's a fast-paced fantasy romance featuring an immersive, vibrant world with mysterious creatures and a unique magic system and a love that blazes through the ages. Ooh. The next book that I got from Amazon is Still Breathing by Jennifer Hartman. I hear a lot of great things about it. We don't remember the great things. Remember, we do not remember the great things, but we know that we wanted to buy it, and I'm excited to get into it. The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a YA book that I've heard about. I hear a lot of people love this book, and it's giving them like Criminal Minds. So basically what I got from this was that it's like some kids, some teenagers maybe, that are working with the FBI, and they have like their own little kitty unit that help discover different cases alongside with the FBI. And that's kind of all I got. We probably get a little bit of murder and some murder mystery. Cannot wait to get into this book. I'm not opposed to reading YA. If the YA is good, I will read it. So I don't mind reading YA books. So I cannot wait to get into this one. Stephanie Garber, this is Caraval, finally in my possession. Cannot wait to get into this. This is like a fantasy book. I believe it's a magical, I think it's kind of like a circus. I think Caraval, if I'm not mistaken, is like carnival that comes to town like once in a blue. Don't really remember. I heard about this book years ago, but because I wanted another book in another series, I needed to start with the original. The next book might be a little controversial, but again, it's probably the social worker in me that it piques my interest. But we have Credence by Penelope Douglas. Why was that so hard to say? By Penelope Douglas. As you can see, I talk with a list, so some words is kind of hard for me to say. Penelope Douglas. I hear it's something that happens in the woods with family and taboo things and things that shouldn't happen with family. But a lot of people love this and I just don't get it. I don't get it, so I need to figure it out. It's because it's so confusing to me to hear that people love it, people hate it. I want to be there. I want to figure out where I stand. Is it cringy? Do we love it? Was this a masterpiece? I don't know. And I kind of understand like certain taboo topics from a different lens, so I think this really piqued my interest when there was just so many things to be said about it. The next book that I got is The King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I have no idea what this book is about, but I know that this series follows like the 7 deadly sins, I believe. I love that. I've never read any books that follow the 7 deadly sins, so I know a lot of people also love this series. kind of mixed reviews actually, so I figured I'll start with the first one. I don't know if I'm supposed to be reading something else before this one. Please let me know though if I'm supposed to be reading something before this, because a lot of these series and books and stuff like take place in another world. By Kristen Cicerelli, The Heartless Hunter. I've heard great things about this book. This is a lot of people's favorite reads of 2024. I know that the second book is coming out, if I'm not mistaken, or did come out already. No, I know the second book is coming out. It didn't come out yet. I don't think I've ever read any books with witches, and fun fact, growing up I did love myths and stories about witches. I don't know, that's just something that I've really loved, and I've never read a book about a witch. I would love to. I cannot wait to get into this book. I don't really remember what this book is about. I know that it's a witch and maybe somebody that's a witch hunter and something happens. Enemies to lovers. Yeah. The next book I have is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This is also a little chunk of a book, but this cover is so pretty. I have no idea what this is about, but I know a lot of people love this book, and I want to see what the hype is about. I just saw a name in here, and I don't know if I was supposed to. Okay, I just saw the name Noah, and he's on the back, so that's okay. I'm gonna read like the little top blurb. It says, her brother's best friend broke her heart. But what happens when his new teammate wants to put it back together? Brother's best friend is kind of forbidden too though. Like, why are we dating our brother's best friend? The next book, and the second book I have from this author now, Inheritance Games. I was recommended this book by my cousin's best friend. She said that this book was amazing for her, and I hear that this book is amazing. A lot of people love this series. I believe this one is about a random girl who inherits all this money from a stranger. He dies. He was like a trimillionaire, and kind of exaggerating, but he was basically very wealthy, and he dies and gives his money to this random girl. The guy who passed away, his family is kind of like, well, why did he give this money to her? Who is she? What's special about her? And she's kind of trying to figure it out too, I'm assuming. So yeah, we want to know why she got the money. How you get the money, sis? How did you get it? The next book that I have is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. She is the one that also did the Caraval book. So I have two books by her now. And apparently I'm supposed to read Caraval first and then this book. I hear this series is a lot of people's favorite series, and especially the Ballad of Never After. I've heard so many things about that book, and when that one specifically was being read by everybody, I was like, okay, we gotta figure out how we could figure out what's going on. It's the second book in a series that everybody is tripping about, and I don't even have the first one, and I don't have the series that goes before it. My camera is flashing, so we need to hurry up. I have a few books left. The next book that I have here is Dance of Thieves by Mary Pearson. I heard great things about this book. Do not know what it is about, but I know that there is another book in this series called The Vow of Thieves, and it's a red cover. Cannot wait to get that as well. Hopefully I love this book. The next book I'm super excited to get into is Lilac. I hear great things about this book, and it is basically also about like a competition that happens. People are fighting each other. Everybody has to die except one person is what I'm getting at. And this book is by Alex Astor. I see her everywhere on my social media. It's like my algorithm is nothing but her. She is such a cutie. She is going into different barns, well, not barns, but she like goes into like different like stores and like puts her little signature in there. Oh, I was just making sure to see if she signed my copy. Hold up. She like goes into stores and like signs copies and stuff. She is so cute. She literally wrote this book, and she has another one as well called Nightbane, and there is a third one that is also coming out, so I'm excited to get into this book. Next book has been on my TBR for years. Kid you not, probably since 2013-ish. I could literally show you timestamps on my Goodreads of me wanting this book. It is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Look, I knew that was her name, and I thought it was going to be down here, but it's up here. Maggie Stiefvater. I've been wanting to read this book for years. I cannot wait to get into the series, see what this is about. People compare this to The Six of Crows. Have not read The Six of Crows yet, but I would love to read this and see what this is about. The next book that I have is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Cannot wait to get into this world. Do not remember what this is about. I do have it also on my Kindle, so this is a nice book that I will probably start first. I typically go for books that I already have on my Kindle and the physical copy because I could be everywhere with it. I could be over there with it. I could be over there with it. Almost done, almost done. The next book that I have is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Cannot wait to read this book. Oh my god, I got this from Target. Oh, this is in the wrong pile. Oops. I got this one from Target. Chunky book, but I hear a lot of people love this book. This is a lot of people's like 5-star and 6-star reads. I have no idea what it's about. I do know though that it takes place, I'm lying, I do know kind of what it's about. It takes place in World War II, and it's about two sisters who I think have two different ideas on certain perspectives of things. That's all I got from it. But I know that a lot of people love this. I know that a lot of people have cried from this. I know it's changed and shaped a lot of different people. They say that she makes it easy to get into historical fiction. So let's see. The next book that I have is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Cannot wait to get into this billionaire, Dreamland Billionaire series. I believe that this is a 3 books in here. I believe this is, what is it called? A trio? Not a duo. Not a duology. Oh my god, why can't I? This book is a part of a 3-book series. I can't remember the name. I had to change locations because my camera battery was literally on its last leg. It still is, but I just want to finish up this video. The last book that I have is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. It is the first book in a duology. Don't quote me. We're not quoting anything I've ever said in this video. We are not quoting it. Hey, let me just show you guys something. While I was charging my camera, my brother tells me like, oh, you have a package, you have a package. I'm like, what? I got all my Christmas packages and book mail or whatever. Like, so then I go and open it. Why do I have Throne of Glass and Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas? Me and my family are doing Elfster, and I did put these 2 books on my Elfster, so I'm assuming that somebody bought it for me and then just mailed it to my house, which, you know, I'm not complaining, but hello, I'm starting my Sarah J Maas Throne of Glass series collection so that I can get into it. A lot of people recommend that you read this one first, but I kind of don't. I kind of like going against the grain a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. When that day does come and I figure out how I'm going to read the order of the books for the Throne of Glass series, I'll let you guys know. I'll try to film a vlog if you are interested in a Throne of Glass reading vlog. That might be pretty cool. We might like that. I'm sorry that this haul was so long, but I had to re-up on my books. It's been a long time since I've bought new books, and I'm glad that I got a nice little starter pack to get me started with my reading journey again. So I got rid of a lot of books and it made room for some new books. I think I am still gonna get rid of some more books behind me. Like, I might move this Harry Potter shelf somewhere else, and then I have like a Rick Riordan shelf right here that I'm probably also gonna toss as well, because I don't see myself really reading that. I did love the Lightning Thief series, so I might want to finish with the rest of the Olympian series. I did like it. So I have the first book and the 5th book, but I need the ones in between. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any recommendations, any suggestions, anything that you guys want to share with me, please leave it down below in the comments. And I'm just so excited to start this new like journey. Essentially, camera light is flashing again. All right, have a wonderful rest of y'all's day, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.